Nearly every piece of farm equipment sold today is equipped with sensors that collect data and talk to computers back at the farmhouse, the farm office, or even send it off to the cloud in other agribusinesses. All of this information can be used to improve farm productivity.
Whether it be yield data on our combines, data that our planters and sprayers are gathering, and then taking that data and applying it to a situation with what we call precision agriculture, which in my mind is just another term for that is site-specific agriculture, where we can be more specific in the areas that we treat within the field so that we're not treating whole fields the same way. We're basically looking at fields on different management zones.
Balderson says this assures a farmer that if one area of a field is capable of producing a maximum of 120 bushels per acre, he's not over-applying fertilizer or nutrients. Jay Hunley manages about 7,500 acres of crops. That means a lot of data has to be reviewed, especially since his field equipment is accurate to within 15 to 20 inches.
So we're taking soil samples in zones gridded, so when we make the map, we might have 50 samples in this one field that we're looking at. It's a 170-acre field, and it might be more than that. But every 5 acres has its own sample, and instead of doing every 20 acres or something like that, and then when we run the fertilizer recs, we're trying to pin it down to that 5 acres or sometimes even to an acre.
This is an example of how big data can do a lot to help the environment. Farmers have always cared about the health of their fields. A healthy field can produce more than a struggling one. So being able to collect and interpret data on the soil and on insect populations gives farmers an important management advantage.
This precision ag utilizing this big data is a way for them to try to become even more efficient, because we're in a stage now where a few years ago we had very good margins on our crops. That's gone. We're entering a time right now where it's really gotten back to that point where we need to be as efficient as we can be for profitability and also from an environmental standpoint.
Once farmers feed in commands from big data programs, their tractors literally run themselves over a field with more accuracy than a human operator. That's more efficient and safer for farmers who used to put in 10 to 12 hours in the tractor seat. And in the past, operators had to overlap their applications. Farmers used line of sight or sprayed foam markers at the end of each row to track their progress. Big data is changing that.
The sprayer that you saw is individual tip control, so if 2 tips go over where it's already sprayed, those 2 tips will shut off.
Will robot tractors till farm fields in the future? It's possible. Thanks to big data, the future of technology in agriculture is wide open. In Essex County, this is Dave Miller.